Começando mais uma gameplay agora para ver se eu finalizo aqui. The ABC Murders. Tá, eu tenho que... Eu acho que é na mesa dele, peraí.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Onde é que ele vai fazer isso na mesa?
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Sim, onde é que vai fazer? Acho que é na mesa dele aqui. Peraí, eu li os jornais agora. Já li. Desse dia já.
I've finished with this subject.
Em qual mesa que ele vai usar?
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Tá, ele tá com um produto na mão, peraí. Então dá pro resto isso aqui.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important. Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, tie.
Isso aqui eu já li. Será que tá aqui pela casa? Que mesa ele vai fazer? Já fiz.
I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Como é que eu faço? Como é que eu faço as anotações? Vamos ver. Pois é, onde ele vai usar? Aí que tá, né? Será que eu travei o jogo, né? Quando eu finalizei aquela hora?
Ah, some cool hair. I've finished with this subject.
Tá, mano.
It is not the right time to leave.
Tá, então onde é que vai fazer isso, meu?
Now, down to work. What of this needs putting in order?
Ah, na mesinha. É. Tira essa interferência aí. Aqui é a ponta, né?
If someone has tried to get rid of this
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Now, down to work. What of this needs putting in order a little?
Sim, como é que eu vou juntar isso aqui? É. O que eu faço?
Now, down to work. What of this needs putting in order a little?
Em ordem. Boa tarde. Tá em ordem como? Como eu vou botar em ordem isso aqui? Ah, tá. Sim, agora sim. Não.
This piece should be placed here. This does not look too difficult.
Agora sim.
This page is finished.
Sabe?
That's done. 3 more to go.
3. Uma coisa. Não.
This page will be reconstructed in a flash. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought.
Vamos ver aqui. Essa.
It's so simple. This page is finished. Only 1 more. Keep going.
Tá. Não, essa aqui. Não parecia assim. Não é. Então esse aqui é daqui. Então essa vai aqui. Aqui. Último pedaço.
This page is finished.
Tá.
All the pages are reconstructed.
Tá, agora eles colocam um produto. Ah, eu mesmo vou fazer, tá? Pega esse aqui. Coloca no produto. No plano.
A dry cloth.
Plano seco.
A bottle of solvent.
Tá. Vai no pano.
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
Tá, e passa por cima do... Passa no papel agora. Tá.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alisasha, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
Peraí, são as receitas do... O médico.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them
matei a
find?
charada já. Ler os documentos. Página 1 primeiro.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Então é uma receita.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis, causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking.
Tá, o médico conhecia todas as vítimas.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia.
Olha, ele conhecia o vendedor também. O médico conhecia o
Dick
vendedor.
Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
Aí a letra
Let's
D.
now try and get how brain cells to
Você já
work.
sabe até quem é a pessoa agora que vai atacar pelo nome. De onde vieram os documentos? De onde vieram? Ah, isso aqui, sim. Dos registros médicos. Espera aí. É. Vem do doutor, no caso. É.
The burned
Mais
documents
doutor.
are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Telefone? Telefone.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
ABC. Tá, já sei.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess?
Ah, tá nas receitas.
Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Tá, peraí. Pra onde ele foi? Tem que ser o... Tem que ser Doncaster.
Have the town searched.
Indeed, it's the only thing to do. But the town is large and time is short.
It appears that all our hopes rest on the local police. I trust that they will be up to the task.
Something is bothering me. Can you reread the burnt documents? Look at the fourth file. Dick Dudley Dunbar, Black Swan Hotel, Doncaster.
Mon Dieu, Hastings, bien sûr. It's the fourth victim. We must warn Mr. Dunbar immediately. I'll call the Black Swan. Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Ah, consigo falar
Is there
direto.
Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
Peraí, quem eu preciso falar primeiro? Melhor falar com o... Tenta falar com esse
Yes,
aqui.
please.
Tá.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking for his room number.
I believe that I made a mistake. If anyone asks for him, he will understand that we are onto him, take fright, and flee. Mr. Dunbar,
Tá.
I've changed my mind. It's best if you keep this from Cust.
But who is this Cust?
Tá, vou falar sobre
Have you
investigação.
heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Yes, completely harmless.
Colocar perigo em perspectiva. Suspeito.
We must not overestimate the danger. After all, we are not absolutely sure he is guilty.
What should I do?
Watch him. If he leaves the hotel, watch where he is heading. I'll call the police in Doncaster immediately. When they arrive, keep out of the way.
Oh, indeed. I shall keep out of the way. I have a bad heart, you see, and a big shot could kill me. Thank you for having warned me.
Police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own. To Marbury Guest House, please.
Ah, um lugar bem mal acabado.
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Não sei, tem mais alguma coisa que eu observo aqui? Não. Ah,
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
é o gato na janela.
Marbury. There is a very pretty
Ah,
village by
ninguém
this
já
name.
Vou entrar então.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
Bah. Se ele começar
There is no
o
need to
assunto
worry about the household
sobre
cat.
gato, ele já...
I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Ele não vai fazer nenhuma análise dela, só conversar mesmo.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are a key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhurst's by the sea, right?
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Aí já tem uma informação que contradiz. Ele começou a comprar jornal só depois do terceiro caso.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury. This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Tá, agora faz uma observação. Cantando. Sorriso, tá? Postura. Tá.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She is working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Chave do quarto. Tá aqui, já olhou?
I don't think my register will help you.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Tá. Mas peraí, tem mais uma informação que tem que tirar dela. Peraí.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexley murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
You rented the same room to 2 people. Very profitable, but quite illegal.
But I didn't harm anyone. I was only helping everybody out. Mr. Custer's room is right there on the 3rd floor.
Tá. Ah, sim, foi dar uma olhada. Remédio para a garganta.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists.
Tosse.
Laudanum, a medicine for coughs.
Tosse.
It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me. Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Ah, se complicou. Seletivo.
The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Acho que a máquina de escrever é o mais importante.
ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Ah, os guias, né?
It's closed.
Tem mais alguma coisa aqui. Aqui não dá pra ver. Não dá pra ver a etiqueta. Não. Espera aí. Não dá pra abrir com a chave. Nem a chave dá pra passar aqui pra cortar. Daria pra rasgar uma fita dessa, daria. Sabe como é que é o... Porra, não quer sujar as mãos, né?
ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Falta... Tem alguma coisa aqui ainda.
It's closed.
Vamos ver aqui. No piso? Não. O que mais que ele viu? O que mais que tem pra descobrir aqui?
It's closed.
Não, mas aqui, deixa eu voltar ali, eu acho que tem algum objeto que eu posso usar ali.
How awful. This place is a real mess.
Cama desalinhada. Casaco surrado.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
A faca dá pra usar. Tá, o que ele tem a dizer sobre a faca? Correto?
It's an ABC. Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? A long blade and knife. A murderer's weapon. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Útil para abrir a caixa aí também. E agora?
I have to get the ribbon.
A prova.
How am I going to do it?
O que ele fala? Olha na fita ali o que está. Ficou na fita que ele escreveu. Fica o que vai passando ali.
Something is blocking the ribbon. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. Something is blocking the ribbon. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. The ribbon is jammed.
Tá. Já disse.
Something is blocking the ribbon. The left-hand heel has been removed.
Peraí.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
Vai pegar a fita agora.
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Deu.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Mais troféu. Sei lá.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's...
Tá. Mais alguma coisa aqui? Ó. Isso aqui. É. ainda, tá? Ainda tô na máquina, no quebra-cabeça. Deixa eu ver aqui. Ah, tudo de novo.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it? Something is blocking the ribbon. The left-hand heel has been removed. The right-hand heel has been removed. And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Usar. Colocar aqui de novo. Não tem nada pra fazer aqui.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
Não, mas tá, já foi tirado, tá? E agora?
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
Então, já foi tirado.
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Peraí. Então, vou cortar a fita, então. Então, eu estou observando aqui, até agora. Usar. Usar. Onde?
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Tá, é só observar. Deu. Deu, fechou. Só virar pra ficar de frente. Essa caixa aqui.
This knife is very useful. Who
Ah,
knows?
as
Maybe
meias.
it never cut anything other than string.
Tá, só pra confirmar se ele era o vendedor mesmo. Onde o Cust estava? Prova material. Não. Ah, isso. Provavelmente. Não é certeza.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
Não tem mais onde ir. Deixa eu ver.
ABC
Deixa eu ver.
Guide. Enough to sign
É a mesma
about a
coisa.
dozen murders.
Tá. Ah, na parede que faltou.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service.
Ah, quando era baixo
And on the
dele,
dispatch,
quando ele estava
wounded at the
servindo como
Somme
soldado.
front, victim of a gas attack, Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Falta ainda. Ele tá aqui agora com suspeito. Não encontrou com ele ainda, não tem como vir pra cá. Eu tava no cadeirão dele. Tá, tem uma coisa aqui, tem a gaveta da mesa. Aqui já deu, não? Já leu todos, já viu todos já. A faca volta. Ah, ele usou, tá. Já foi visto já.
It is now the right time.
Ainda faltou algum detalhe ainda. Aqui no pé da mesa. Tô enxergando alguma coisa, não sei se é.
laudanum, a medicine for cold.
Sedativo. Já tinha feito, já. Bem, alguma coisa, né? Ah, aqui.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes. I had best talk to Job.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Mas não é isso. Não tem nada a ver. Não, tem que ser uma coisa mais abrangente, velho. Pô, ele tem os guias e tem a máquina. Pô, ele tem a faca. Ele tem a máquina e tem os guias. Pô, mais abrangente que isso aqui pra ter como prova, não sei. Então vou tirar todos eles. Peraí. Ele teve nas 3 datas. As 3 vítimas. Peraí. Estava em Dover. Não, estava em Churston. Estava em Bexfield. Não, é isso aí. Aqui. Então é isso aí, então. O que liga agora sim, a máquina, a faca e os guias, tá? As evidências, né? E suspeitos, sim, ele guarda os jornais, ele mentiu, eles estavam isso. Tudo leva a crer.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However,
Agora vai
the
falar
blood
com ele
Mrs.
pra ver.
Mulberry's worn Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cuts Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Chester, as if he discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
Falando com ele
When
agora
can
que
you
é...
talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Tá.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Ah, tá aqui ele. Primeiro aquela raio-x.
This man is not in good shape.
What do you want from me?
Jaqueta amarrotada.
He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him. He is worried and very tired, and other police.
Tá.
What do you want from me?
A primeira coisa, perguntar se ele se
Are
lembra
you
quem, se ele
Alexander Bonaparte
se lembra
Cust?
do nome dele.
So? You find my name ridiculous, is that it? Huh?
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Why did you send me a letter before each crime?
Why all these questions? When are you going to stop pestering me?
Conheço. Não, parei.
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
Acusá-la. Não,
Are
saber
you
isso
capable of
daí.
murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
is in no state to reply.
Não está em estado, não tem condições de responder.
He is in no state to reply.
Eu saio então.
I am not going to leave before having finished questioning him.
Ofereci. Tinha que ter uma água, vai tomar aí.
He is in no state to reply.
Vou dar um remédio pra ele então, peraí. O antitussígeno aqui, senão.
Take this. It will help you.
Thank you. Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Are you capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Pois é, até que ponto a pessoa saber da história prejudica, né, nesse jogo aqui. Deixa eu forçar uma coisa aqui para ver se vai.
And to thank him, you murdered him?
Stop talking about these murders.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards. So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Confessionário gótico. Não terminou ainda. Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Sedativo.
Take this. It will help you.
É o que foi receitado para ele. Tá, se ele
I think
melhorar
I'll be
é...
fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Ele não nega, mas ele não lembra. Quanto a cidade, mas ele não tá. A prova é a fita, né?
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Sabemos sobre a saúde. Tem problema na garganta. Ele sofre de hemoptise. Sofre de distração. Mental fisicamente fraco. Não tem perfil de assassino, tá? Uma pista. Alguma pista que não indica. Que não indica a culpa. Eles estavam com sangue. Nada a ver. Eu retiro só a primeira. E essa aqui deve ser. Não. Não. Uma pista. Ah, aqui. Ah, isso aqui sim. Tá. Ah, tá aqui. Uma pista que não indica. Ele não tem o jornal do início. Tá. Agora sim, agora entendi. Perguntei. A mancha na roupa dele seria diferente por causa do ataque. E não é também. Ah, não é. Tá, é a questão do sangue, tá. Tá, é só a questão do sangue. Alguma pista que não indica a culpa. Pista. Agora entra essa aqui. Pô, isso aqui de não reconhecer, se o cara quiser falar que não conhece o cara, ele fala. Não pode ser isso aqui. Ele não... Motivo. Tá, ele não parece reconhecer. Tá, mas é que... Tá bom, tá bom. Podemos dizer sem sombra de dúvida? Olha, vai ser essa aqui e a última, aposta. Ele sustenta que não. Tá. Aí presume-se inocência.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Cust inteligente. Nada a ver isso aí. Cust tem autoconfiança. Não. Cust sedutor. Gosto de trens? Não. Impulsivo? Não. Frio? Generoso? Ganancioso.
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of
Ser
the murderer's.
ganancioso botaria o
But
cara.
if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
Pode
You
ser.
know very well that our murderer does not
Pode ser
behave like a
tanguinho, sei lá.
psychopath. Apart from the
Ou
signature, there is no ritual or repetition in the choice of victims.
pão duro,
Very
sei
well,
lá.
very well. You're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Quase na mesma,
Have
quase,
faith.
quase na mesma.
Just give me 24 hours.
Casa.
To Whitehaven, please.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe one or two details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Tá bom. Pera. Ah, vai dar pra ver o crocodilo, peraí. Ah, não vai ver. Cheguei a fazer uma observação sobre o réptil. A chave para abrir. Tá fechado, meu. Como é que vai?
The white ammunition are blank
já
cartridges.
tá.
The others are real bullets.
Brancas de festim.
The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
O festim, meu. Tem certeza?
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
Cara. Ah, já sei. Por que? Já sei por que é festim. Não posso falar agora. Tá certo. Tá certo. Eles querem provar a culpa de uma pessoa.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Não, se ele não souber, é melhor.
You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one
Ah, tá.
moment.
Não entreguei a arma. Parei. Tome.
Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used. It is almost new.
Telefone. Peraí, os jornais. Se eu ler os jornais, eu ganho uma. Tem mais jornais pra ver.
Daily Flicker, September the 11th, 1935. ABC affair, Terminus Doncaster. Japp and Poirot arrest the killer. A.B. Cust is the name of the alphabet murderer. The police have arrested him in a hotel in Doncaster. He was preparing to kill his fourth victim, Mr. Dick Dudley Dunbar, the establishment's manager. Mr. Dunbar owes his life to the miraculous intervention of Inspector Japp of Scotland Yard and Detective Hercule Poirot. The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Medical Journal. The alphabet murderer is not psychotic, according to Professor Thompson. In an early issue, we claimed that the alphabet murderer was not psychotic. Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard expert, who has spoken to the prisoner at great length. Not all obsessional killers are psychotic, he explained. It is true that Cust has a disturbed personality and memory disorders. But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter the fact that he was perfectly lucid at the time of his acts. Therefore, he will not escape punishment.
Tá.
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here,
Ah,
Mr.
agora
Poirot?
senta que lá vem história
thought
agora.
it was all done
Vá.
and dusted.
A
Miss
explicação é
Griff thought we
longa.
identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw are of the same brand as the
Uma
ones
volta
found
que ele
at
vai
my
dar para
aunt's.
explicar tudo isso agora.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Tá. Por que ele errou o endereço? Por quê? Por que ele errou? Para aí. Para aí. É que eu sabendo, eu afeto aqui a escolha, né? O que prova que ele errou, envelope. O endereço não é reconhecido. Parei. Mas não é o fato aqui que... Porque o assassino, por que ele errou? Porque ele errou para benefício dele. Por que o assassino errou? Não. Porque ele desafiou? Por glória. Por causa de xenofobia? Não. Isso não daria certo ali. Declaração do corpo? Qual é a explicação disso? Não é nenhum desses aqui. Isso aqui é evidência. Ah. Então é nada a ver, errei tudo aqui. É a outra pergunta que vai vir depois disso aqui. Aí. Por que ele errou? Pô, porque ele que... Não. Aqui eu não sei a sequência. Seriamente, eu assumo aqui que eu não sei. Eu não sei o que eles querem dizer. Se eles mudaram a história, eles colocam qualquer coisa aqui. Ah, não. Tem que escolher 3 aqui que dê ali. Por que ele errou? Quando ele perguntar o que prova isso? Este erro no endereço fez com a carta. Tá. Não é por glória, não é por complexo de inferioridade, não é xenofobia. Tá. Tá, aí tá certo, é. Tem sentido, tem sentido. Por que ele manda as cartas? Não é pro Glória. Não é. Não. Por quê? Por o endereço. Não entendi.
Everything clear now?
You might like to explain your
Cara, que
reasoning again.
confusão, cara.
Of
É raro
course.
isso aí, não é possível.
First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churton, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of the psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Sabemos que Cust, ele é facilmente policiável. Mas não é isso aqui. Ele é, mas não, eles não querem essa resposta. Ele é esse aqui também, mas eles não querem essa resposta. Tá, pode ser. E essa aqui que eles querem, então vai entrar essa aí. Tá. O jogo é assim, eles querem assim, tá. Vou eu mandar no jogo, já está pré-determinado já. Como explicar a presença de Cust nas cenas do crime? É um vendedor e é conhecido. O que explica? Será? Não. Como explicar a presença? Não é isso aqui. Não. Não. Ele é um vendedor, de porta em porta. As coisas não estão fazendo mais nexo para mim aqui. Pode ser qualquer uma, olha, sinceramente, é o que eles escolheram, não é o que eu quero escolher. O que eu acho que é, não é o que eu acho que é. Droga. Ah, vai saber, pô. Queria nadar. Porra! Essa e essa. Essa e essa. Poxa. Pô, o que eu quero botar não dá, pô. Vamos explicar. Ué? Pera. Deus, e agora? Não é nada do que eu tô achando que é, pô. 2 e 3, 2 e 4, 2 e 5, 2 e 6, 2 e 7. Não é. 3 e 1, 3 e 2, 3 e 4, 3 e 5, 3 e 6, 3 e 7. O que tem a ver, cara?
Dr. Clark's patient's records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cuss once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cuss was following him closely. Cuss' highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cuss to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that? Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
Donald foi tratado pelo Dr. Clark. Eu não tô sabendo dessa aí. Ah, peraí. Tinha, né? A firma dele.
He works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
Isso eu me lembro.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Inteligente. Inteligente, tá. Tem autoconfiança? Acho que não. Ó. Mas tem uma coisa que não é ali, né? Gosto de trens. Ah, gosto de trem. Puxa, viu? Vida, tá complicando do teu lado, cara. Só tem um fato ali que não casou contigo ali. Isso aqui não sei. Impulsivo. Atencioso. Não, é isso aqui. Não? Então é útil. Temperamental. Ah, tá. Começou a tremer, ficou pálido, começou a tremer, tá. Generoso. Generoso. Declaração de Megan, tá.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his coding difference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark.
Olha, nos dias de hoje, não concordo mais com isso.
And get our brand cells to work.
Tem de tudo, cara. Tem de tudo que é possível. Tudo que é tipo de crime hoje em dia. Franklin é inteligente. Inteligente, bom aluno. Tem autoconfiança. Autoconfiante. Sedutor. Ó, tô confirmando tudo, hein? Gosto de trens. Gosto de trens. As crianças da ferrovia e Nesbitt. Impulsivo. Querido Franklin Fist. Ah, aqui é a prova. Frio. Tá ali. Sangue frio. É generoso? Generoso. Tudo confirmou. Tá, deu, cara.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
Mas aí tu acelerou o processo, né, meu? Tu matou ele, tu que... Impaciente. Ele
Because you have
acelerou.
been capable of waiting.
Really? Well, I am no murderer. You presented him as being a cold and patient schemer.
Certes, normalement. But Lady Clark's imminent death precipitated events. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh, no. You know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien, voilà. Light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
Tá. Aqui. Já sei.
One thing proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Vamos provocar ele.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter. And why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game, set, match. You win, Mr. Poirot. But it was worth trying.
Tá.
Don't come near me! I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
Vá. Tiveram que cortar aqui, velho.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark. There is no easy death for you.
Senão a live...
I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married.
Sim.
On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better.
Melhorou.
And a few
Melhorou.
months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again.
Remissão.
According to this eminent
Que
physician,
era?
it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
Mas ó, mulher durou bem mais tempo que está prevista.
Journal of an Innocent, the incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole
O
of
nada
Yorkshire,
pelo Dick.
even more popular than York Minster.
Isso. Assim como eu assisto os créditos todos da série do Poirot aqui, eu vou deixar como se fosse um episódio da série. Oi. Tô indo, já tá terminando aqui. Terminando o episódio. É muito bom, mano. Eu ali na escolha, eu não me lembro eu não consigo lembrar todos os detalhes do caso, por isso que na hora eu escolhi ali, eu colocava alguma coisa trocada. É difícil lembrar todas as histórias. Ela escreveu, a escritora criou algumas histórias até parecidas umas com as outras, mas sempre tinha um diferencial, né? Mas tem estruturas que eram semelhantes, né? Essa reunião que ele faz no final para apontar o culpado e explicar o caso todo. Foi feito na época do coronavírus, hein? Foi feito trabalho remoto. Em 2019. Achei que já tinha terminado, ia terminar os créditos, mas resolveram colocar mais um pedaço ali depois do Thank You for Play. Só se chama pós-crédito aí, né? Vamos ver. Vocês vão botar assim, Poirot will return. Caso eles desenvolveram um jogo depois desse. Eu acho que tem um que é Poirot Early Years. Os primeiros casos de Poirot, acho que é. Eu vou olhar depois na loja. Até meio carinho quando tá fora da promoção, assim. Tá. Peraí, tá repetindo? Game design. Cara, eu acho que tá repetindo isso aqui, né? Já não passou os testers. Eu vou... Vou encerrar. Boa noite para quem acompanhou, quem vai ver depois.